I want to thank you for joining us today. Got a real special thing we're looking at here. We're up in the western North Carolina mountains, up near the Blue Ridge Parkway. Beautiful hills, curvy roads, streams. It's a great place to ride bikes. And this is a very special one. This is a 1975 Norton 850 Commando, but this is the John Player Special. So what this is a replica of the racing bikes of the day. If you were to put this next to one of the actual race bikes, it'd be very, very similar to that. It's got the same kind of characteristics that you'll see as we walk around with this, where the rider would be positions on it in a lying down type position with the handlebars close together. Many of the same characteristics. This bike is very special because it's only got 1,224 miles on it. So this has been loved since it was first bought, and it's got very, very, very low miles on it. It's been stored by the owner for many years, but it's in an air-conditioned, environmentally controlled environment, and that's why it's in such beautiful shape today. While it's been stored, it's been in a good environment and been handled correctly. So the owner is here. Can you tell me a little bit about the bike and maybe how long you've had it?
Yes, the motorcycle was originally sold in Nebraska. The original owner put those 1,224 miles on it. He then sold the bike back to the selling dealer, where it stayed for a number of years until a dealer in vintage British motorcycles called Baxter Cycle in Iowa bought the bike for his personal collection. He kept it for a number of years, and after searching myself for such a bike, I managed to convince him to sell it to me 8 years ago. I have owned it, and it has been in my man cave, which, as was previously mentioned, a temperature humidity controlled environment.
I've been in your man cave, and that is actually inside the door there, so it's like being down in your den, right?
Yes.
Not in the garage. It is now, but at that time.
Yes, it's only in the garage for the purposes of daylight photography.
Okay.
But it has not moved from the spot that it was in from the day it was delivered to me by the cycle dealer that sold it to me. It comes with all kinds of documentation from new, as well as all of the manuals, including the supplements that are specific to the John Player Norton. Comes with the factory tool kit, and the only things that have been replaced on it are maintenance items, such as, of course, the battery and the tires. Other than that, every single piece of this bike is as it was from the factory. I don't believe there is a finer example to be found anywhere. The only reason I'm selling this motorcycle is because I'm getting up in years, and my vision is bad, and I have other health problems, and it's time for somebody else to enjoy it, and I hope you will. Thank you.
Well, this is just such a beautiful, beautiful machine, and I think of John Player Specials. I'm always thinking of how they were such good supporters of motor racing. I know a lot of the Lotus cars carried their insignias and so forth, and they were a big sponsor of a lot of the things in the racing world. So to me, having a British bike that's associated with that history, that even the people who are not into this understand and remember the John Player logo and names on so many things associated with motorsports, that this is a time capsule right here, and something that I think that generations in the future would love to see, from the history and from the build and the way bikes were in that time. So thank you so much for taking the time to tell us about this. Absolutely gorgeous bike, 1,224 miles, lovingly cared for by somebody who knows motorcycles. Thank you so much. Good bidding.